Ubisoft looks like it's in some trouble at the moment. Let's have a little talk about what's going on and why they're cancelling games and also delaying some. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Ben gaming video. I hope you're having a good day. As always, please do leave a like if you do enjoy this video and subscribe if you really enjoy it. And please head down to the comments and let me know if you don't like the video, what I can do to improve on my content. But to start off with, Ubisoft has actually delayed Skull and Bones for the 6th time. This game has been something that's been talked around and is also said to have begun around the time of the 2013 launch of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. That's, you know, you guys remember that game. It was one of my favorite Assassin's Creeds. The boat system was introduced, how you can just sail around everywhere, go to these different places, have battles on the ships. It was really, really cool. I loved it. But this game was already pushed back from November of 2022 to March of 2023, and it has since yet been delayed again. Currently, this article is saying it's probably going to be later on in the fiscal year of 2023, but it does say /2024 as well. So in other words, it could be a few months, it could be a year, and that's providing it doesn't get delayed for a 7th time, which I'm really surprised about, because recently we had kind of a new up-to-date trailer with gameplay showing off some really exciting elements of the game. You know, it looks really good, and I'm kind of confused, but this apparently, according to this article, is why it's been delayed again. As reported by Eurogamer, by the way, so I put my sources in there. The reason Skull and Bones has been delayed this time is due to recent poor sales by Ubisoft titles. 2 games that were mentioned to have been delivered under expectations are Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope and Just Dance 2023. Just Dance, I understand. To be honest, I'm surprised that franchise is about, but I guess there's a cult following of people who do play that game. Mario and Rabbids, I am surprised that game didn't do well, because the first one was kind of a hit. But I think that maybe the first one was a hit because there wasn't a ton of exclusive games on the Nintendo platform at that time, whereas now there is still a ton of games, exclusives, coming to the Nintendo platform, and that, you know, kind of impacted the sales of the second game. I'm not sure, but apparently due to the bad sales of those games, that's something is something that they're actually going to put it back. But we're going to read from the article because apparently they've cancelled some projects as well. So let's talk about that. So things aren't exactly going smoothly over at Ubisoft. The publisher has cancelled another 3 games following the 4 titles it killed last summer. Not only that, the company has announced yet another delay for Skull and Bones, as we've just talked about. We can skip over that. The Pirate Sim was meant to release in 2022. It's been delayed again, and now it's been delayed again. So, players, we can skip over the Skull and Bones stuff. So, meanwhile, the company has lowered its financial projection targets for October to December quarter from around 830 million or 830 million euros and 891 million dollars to approximately 725 million euros and 779 million dollars. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope and Just Dance 2023 didn't perform as well as the company expected. They said, "We are facing contrasted market dynamics as the industry continues to shift towards mega brands and everlasting live games. In the context of worsening economic conditions affecting consumers' spending." Sorry, I'm struggling to read. That was the CEO. So Ubisoft expects its net bookings to fall by 10% for the year. Previously, the company expected that those revenues would increase by 10%. All told, Ubisoft has reduced its estimated operating incomes for this year by around $1 billion. Sorry, I'm struggling today. I don't know what's going on. But going forward, Ubisoft is tightening its belt and will focus on fewer games. The company is depreciating 500 million euros or $538 million in research and development on the cancelled games, as well as its upcoming premium and free-to-play titles. It's also aiming to reduce costs by over 200 million euros or $215 million in the next 2 years, though targeting restructuring, divesting. I don't know how to say that word. I've never seen that word. Some non-core assets and usual natural attrition. However, it plans to keep hiring highly talented people for its major projects. So aside from Skull and Bones, perhaps the biggest title Ubisoft currently has on the docket for this year is obviously Assassin's Creed Mirage. Also Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. I don't think that one's anywhere near as big, but Assassin's Creed Mirage I'm looking forward to. These are slated to arrive by the end of March of 2024 as well. So So I don't know if that's a delay for Assassin's Creed Mirage. I really, really hope not, because as far as I'm aware, this is launching in 2023, and they're going back to their roots a little bit more with Assassin's Creed. I'm actually excited for that one. That's probably my most excited one. But I was personally looking forward to Skull and Bones, but obviously that's all changed now. I don't know what the hell's going on there, but Skull and Bones was a game that looked really good from the last gameplay. I'll have to perhaps get some gameplay in the background about that, actually, because I thought it was going to be doing fine, but I don't know. It just seems that, it's not doing as well as we thought. But I think there could be something going on here, because obviously back in April of 2022, I think it was, there is a lot of talk that obviously Ubisoft was actually up for sale, but I think the big two companies, Microsoft and Sony, mainly talking about here, may have not wanted to go ahead with this. Obviously, Microsoft can't do anything right now because of the Activision Blizzard deal. They can't really go out and buy another studio whilst they're trying to downplay everything on that side. And Sony, I don't know if they could actually afford a company like Ubisoft. If they could, it would be really stretching the budget. I think it would be a great addition to the team, especially if they manage them. You imagine like games like Assassin's Creed looking as good as like Horizon. Like that would be absolutely insane if they kind of teamed up on games like Assassin's Creed. I think that'd be a huge win for Sony back on the not Activision Blizzard, the Bethesda deal at least. It would kind of tie up some more single-player games if they could have Assassin's Creed exclusive to PlayStation. I think that would make them do well. As much as I hate exclusivity, I think PlayStation does need to step up and do some stuff because of what Microsoft's doing at the moment. But yeah, I think that kind of has a little bit more like push to it, because there's also an article at the moment going around about how Ubisoft is again reportedly looking for a buyer, but they've been laughed at by most suitors so far. So it's something that a lot of people, or a lot of the companies, are not interested in buying Ubisoft. I think they have dropped a lot of stuff in the last few years. I don't think they've done as well. I liked Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but again, those games aren't really Assassin's Creed, hence why they're making the new one going back to its roots. And they've just not released a lot else that I've hugely enjoyed over the last few years, and clearly a lot of other people haven't, hence the impact in sales. So yeah, they're obviously looking for a buyer. So if any of you guys got any spare cash going around, I'm just kidding. It's going to be a lot and a multi-million buyout for sure. But again, I think Sony would be a good suitor for this. If they've got the money to do it, I don't know if they have. Microsoft can't touch it. I just want someone out of those two to do it though, because if this gets left to Amazon or another streaming service platform where we're only going to get those games by subscribing to a service, and that's the only way you can play them, I don't want that. I really don't. Make sure Tencent doesn't get their hands on this, and any other studios that do weird stuff. I just don't want to see all that. It just will ruin the landscape for those games completely and kill the franchises like Google Stadia did with, it doesn't work. Clearly we're not in the streaming realm yet to only have a streaming system. But that's it for this video. Let me know what you think on all this Ubisoft stuff down below in the comments, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye-bye for now.